What is up, y'all? Nature Girl 30 here, and just to let y'all know, I actually did record this previously, but something kind of happened to my camera, so I ended up having to get another one. And honestly, this one is actually behaving a lot better than my old one. So yeah, that's pretty much my excuse. But guys, this is another mini Q&A. This probably is either 139 or 141. I lose track, but now it's a whole new year. I'm going to 141. I guess forget 139. Unless you guys really want it, then I'll just make it 139. But either or, this is 141. But anyway, let's get started with the first set of questions that I have via Twitter from Largest85. Your question for me is, what are your thoughts on David Bowie passing away at the age of 69 due to cancer? Honestly, when I heard that David Bowie died, I was in shock because I really didn't know that he actually had cancer. I didn't know he was sick. And when I found out that he was, I was floored. It absolutely floored me. And it's a shame that, you know, somebody so great is gone. We've had a lot of legendary rock stars pass away. Shoot, we just had Lemmy pass away a few months back, and well, about a month ago, and now we have David Bowie. It's kind of messed up, man. It really is sad, but hey, he's gonna always be the legend that he is. Your second question for me is, ever get food poisoning? Oh yeah, not fun at all. And if you've ever been in that situation, I hate to be gross, but if you've ever been in that situation when you have food poisoning and you're throwing up and pooping at the same time, yeah, that pretty much happened to me when I had food poisoning. It was coming out the front and then also coming out the back, and hopefully that's not too gross for y'all, and my bad. I guess maybe that's a bit too graphic. But anyway, moving on to number 3. I have a friend who's 28 years old and weighs about 122 pounds. How can he gain weight? Talk to your doctor. The reason why I say that is because everybody metabolizes things differently. There's some people that metabolizes proteins better. There's some people that metabolizes carbs better. And sometimes the carbs make them lose weight, or the proteins make them gain weight. Or tell your friend to talk to their doctor. Or talk to his doctor or her doctor, and maybe, well, you say he. But yeah, ask your friend to talk to his doctor. More than likely, he'll give him an idea, a better idea on how to gain weight in a safe way. Ever lost any loved ones to cancer? Yeah, I lost two of my aunts to cancer. I actually lost my Aunt Penny. I lost her to throat cancer, and I also lost my Aunt Bobby to breast cancer. And I never had a chance to meet my Aunt Bobby. I was way too young to even remember her, and that's the sad part for me, is I never really had a chance to get to know her as a person and know who she was, and you know, the type of person she was around my mom, or what my mother. My mom usually gives me memories of her, and that's what I usually go on. My Aunt Penny, shoot, I remember really great Thanksgiving moments at her house, especially the homemade collard greens she would always make every year, and the green bean casserole and the pea casserole, amazing. And she was a wonderful woman to talk to, and she was definitely not the matriarch, but the second matriarch of the family, and she is definitely missed. And your last question for me is thoughts on Dude Love. I enjoyed Dude Love back in the day. Shoot, I enjoyed all of his personalities, but Dude Love was the most fun. Unfortunately, we didn't really see much of him because I guess people didn't really get into him, but I enjoyed him. I thought he was great. I see a lot of Dude Love in Bailey, so I guess if I ever want to reminisce about a modern day Dude Love, it would definitely be Bailey, even though Bailey is not a dude. But I see Dude Love in Bailey when she comes out and performs. And she's probably inspired by him too. But Mick Foley, definitely a jack of all trades, and Dude Love was one of my favorites, besides Mankind. But let's move on to the questions that you guys have for me via YouTube. Okay, my first set of questions comes from Dustin Nunn. Are you familiar with any of my cartoons just for fun drawings that I have that I draw by hand? Honestly, I have not seen any, and I have not been on your Facebook profile. But now that you're saying you actually have like really nice artwork on there, I might just go by there and check it out. Who is your favorite Dragon Ball Z character of all time? Two of my favorites are Goku and Future Trunks. If you guys can't see in the background here, and I'm going to try to turn my camera the best way I can. Yep, in the background, as you can see, all the way back there, that is Trunks. And I have no idea how to zoom in, but yeah, you can probably see his hair from back there. That happens to be Trunks. I actually had that wall scroll since high school, and he was one of my favorites. And of course, Vegeta. Vegeta is probably one of the classic anime villains that I absolutely love. I mean, you love to hate him. He's a great fighter. He's literally up there with Goku. I enjoy him. I enjoy Vegeta. Goku is okay, but he's a bit of a doofus. But I will say that I love Vegeta, because there are times that even with as hardcore as Vegeta is, there are times he can get a little soft. And he was soft around Bulma. So I love seeing that side of him. He was always hardcore, but he was soft around Bulma. But either or, yeah, those are my two. Trunks, Future Trunks, and definitely Vegeta. Those are my two favorite Dragon Ball Z characters. Which online console is the best? Wii U, PlayStation 4, or the Xbox One? I have never played Wii U. I have played the Wii. I'm not a fan of the Wii because of all the accessories that's on there. It's way too many for me. I have played a PlayStation. I have played a PlayStation 2. I have somewhat played a PlayStation 3. I have not played PlayStation 4. But the only thing is that I have giant man hands. And that's my biggest problem with the PlayStation controller. It's so freaking small and awkward for me that I just don't enjoy myself. It takes the entire experience out for me. So that's why I have not touched a PlayStation, even though they have amazing games and probably really great online modes and an excellent online library, especially with indie games galore. It's just, if they could have a controller for these mitts, then I would probably play it. But of course, I got an Xbox. I enjoy my Xbox 360. I am planning on getting an Xbox One when I get a television upgrade, whatever that may be. But honestly, I enjoy it. I enjoy my experience on Xbox Live. I have a chance to play with some of my friends, and I have a good time on it. So my biggest experiences so far has been with the Xbox One. So I really can't say which is the best. I can just say from my personal experience, I love the Xbox One. I enjoy it. Who knows, there might be a chance that I get a PlayStation 4 if the controller is a little bit bigger. If it's bigger for my hands, then yeah, I will definitely get it, no doubt. But until then, no. Who is your favorite modern Sonic Hedgehog character? My favorite is Shadow the Hedgehog. Honestly, I gotta say Silver. Now, Sonic is cool, but he has changed over the years, and he changed for the weird. Especially, I think the Sonic the Hedgehog reboot when he fell in love with a chick, which was odd. And then they made him all tall for I forgot the name of it. For Sonic Boom. They made him tall, and he wears like they made him like literally a hipster now. And he has like a scarf and everything. It's weird. But by far, when I actually had a chance to see Silver, and I actually do have the anniversary one, the Sonic Generations. I have Sonic Generations on my 360, and man, when I had a chance to play the boss battle with Silver, Silver became my next favorite character. He is amazing. And the fact that he's a hedgehog, I'm like, why didn't this dude have his own game? And he probably did on the DS, but I have not played it. But yeah, by far, it is Silver. And I think that Silver should have his own game. And Shadow is a little bit overrated, in my opinion. He's cool and everything, but he's a bit overrated. For me, it is by far Silver. And I would love to actually see a Silver game done right. Or a Silver game done at all. But that's just me. And your last question for me is, who is your favorite Crash Bandicoot character? Honestly, I haven't played Crash in so long. And I can't even remember the names of all the characters. Crash Bandicoot was actually pretty cool. A cool character. But when I think of Crash Bandicoot, I always thought of Taz. I don't know why. I always thought of Taz every single time I play the game. I think of Taz. But by far, yeah, I guess Crash is the only character I actually remember. So yeah, I'll just put him on there. And my last set of questions comes from Final Limits. Why aren't there any black characters in the Kingdom Hearts games? Only white characters. Honestly, guys, I mean, Final Limits, by all means, I am not complaining. I am not complaining at all. But we all know that when it comes to Kingdom Hearts games, it's like it's Square Enix meets Disney. So is there any Final Fantasy characters that happen to be black? And there's only the one that I know of, and he's like the black dude, but his lips are all weird. But honestly, I don't care. For me, it's all about substance. It's all about the story itself. If you put a black character in there, it's not going to make any difference if it's a white character, in my opinion. Just as long as the story is actually told very well and the game is fun. But I don't play Kingdom Hearts, so I guess that doesn't really matter. I should. And if I get an Xbox One and they have Kingdom Hearts or a way I could actually play it, I'll play it. But I don't have a handheld, so I don't really play it that often. But I am thinking about going back to playing Final Fantasy again when I get an Xbox One. I think they just did a reboot of Final Fantasy 7. And I think they also have Final Fantasy 13 coming out. I'm not sure. I can't remember what number they're on. But they had the latest one is coming out. And I'm honestly thinking about getting it when I get an Xbox One. But anyway, moving on from there. Are there any Disney classic movies that have black antagonists or characters in general? The only one that came out in the mainstream as a Disney princess is Tiana from Princess and the Frog. And honestly, I hated that movie, mainly because of the fact that they could have done it right. This was actually not even a reboot or a rehashing of a tale that's already been told. This is something they made up on their own. And they still stuck to that same old Disney trope by killing off one of the parents. And also the fact that you actually put voodoo in it. I mean, come on, you have voodoo as one of the elements of this entire show. Like, I mean, this whole cartoon, you could have like literally had something different, but you didn't have to put it in Louisiana, especially when Louisiana was trying to get over Katrina. Then you put voodoo in there, and then all of a sudden, I'm not going to lie, Disney is notorious. For those that have not seen the #1 janitor, he has the top 10 Disney deaths. And by all means, that will literally make you think when you see it. And I will try to find a link to his video, and I will put it I'll put it in one of the cards above if you guys haven't seen it. It's phenomenal. I actually subscribed to him after seeing that. But yeah, Disney's notorious for making things a bit morbid and creepy. But yeah, she is the only Disney princess that I know of that happens to be black. So yeah, you got a black character right there. When you were a kid, did you play with black Barbies or white Barbies? I played with both. But mostly when my parents got a Barbie for me, it would always be black. But it wasn't really a big deal. I was happy to have a Barbie. Not only having a Barbie, I also had a Cabbage Patch Kids galore. And I enjoyed them. I didn't really see about black or white. I just saw the fact it was a freaking Cabbage Patch Kid. And at that time, they were really hard to get. But now, nobody really wants them. But at the time, yeah, it was really great to get a Barbie or really great to get a Cabbage Patch Kid because they were in high demand. Why does Mattel or whatever company makes a different ethnic group for Barbie dolls? Is it to attract little girls of all races? Honestly, it's just not to be called racist. And like I said, that word is taken out of context. But they're trying to, in my opinion, they're trying to be PC about everything. They're trying to give everybody a doll that represents them, which is fine. I got no beef with that at all. Just as long as nobody throws a stupid racist card out there. They don't necessarily have to make all black, all white, or all Asian dolls. But if they want to do it to make little girls feel like, you have somebody that looks like me, go for it. And your last question for me is, what did you think of Freddy's shout out video? I actually did watch that after reading this question. And I thought it was cool. I never really expected to be shout out like that. And Freddy is my boy. I love Freddy so much. He is amazing. He's an amazing guy. So fun to talk to during Raw at the time we actually had the talks. And he's an overall cool dude. And if nobody's really checked out his channel, I'm going to also leave a link up there for those who are interested to check out the CC Network. It's amazing. And he has a lot that's going to be happening on his channel in 2016, so check that out. But guys, that is it for me. And I am done with this Q&A. If you want to send me more questions, by all means, send them to me via YouTube or on Twitter at RKH30, hashtag NatureGirlQA. It's NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out, guys. Later.